Maybe you don't have big name brands to sell. In this video, I'm going to be showing you department store items that are selling for a lot of money. Hang tight because I've got over 100 different items lined up for you. If you're new here, then welcome to the channel. My name is LeeMeier. I'm a stay-at-home mom of four, and I've made well over $100,000 flipping used clothes, other items on sites like eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. Now I'm on a mission to help at least 1,000 resellers be able to hit that $100,000 mark out for themselves. To help you out, I've got a ton of free goodies. You'll find them down here in the description below this video. This is where you're going to find things like my best brands list, the list of 150 brands that has led me to the $100,000 mark and beyond. You're also going to find a link to sign up for my free $100,000 reseller challenge. In this free challenge, I show you exactly how to reach $100,000 for yourself this year. And I show you how to do it in part-time hours, very minimal time. That free challenge, you're also going to discover the very best things to be selling right now in today's market. All right, so let's go ahead and dive on into today's video. I'm going to be covering 3 department stores, and the prices that some of these are selling for are really going to shock you. These are all sold items from eBay as well as Poshmark, but they're going to sell equally well on some of the other platforms as well, like Depop and Mercari. All right, with a lot of these items, you're going to see multiple different types of tags, even different brand names that were made for the department store that we're looking at. The first department store that we're going to uncover is Sears. Now, what you're looking at is a pair of overalls. It does actually have the tags on it. Most everything I'm going to be showing you is in used condition, but I do have a few items that are brand new, but they are older items that are what are called dead stock, not made anymore. And so this is a pair of overalls that sold for $1,000 on eBay. Again, they're new with tags, used condition. You're probably going to get a little bit less for them. This is, it says Oak Brook Sportswear on the label, but it is a Sears and Roebuck. It says down here, it's a little bit hard to make, but this is a leather jacket, and that one sold for $995. This is one of Sears' lines that is called Hercules. So you can see that there, and then underneath Sears and Roebuck. This is a blanket lined denim jacket. You can see the blanket lining there on the inside. That's what the outside looks like, and that one sold for $595. This is a mohair sweater. Not the best tag here. I do have some others to be able to show you. It's Kings Road Sportswear, and it does say Sears there down at the bottom corner. And that sweater sold for $599 with 2 bids on it. This is a pair of Converse. And so they did do collaborations with, brands like this. But if you look at this tag here, it says the winner and then Sears. The back of these shoes, it does say Converse on it. And then here's what the shoe looks like overall. Those sold for $499. Definitely a more rare item. This is a pair of boots from, it's called Wearmaster, and it says Sears Roebuck, sold only by Sears Roebuck. And here's what the shoes look like. They have a little bit of scuffing at the toe, and then those sold for $500. This is a pair of overalls. So you can see here Sears and then perma pressed. And this is actually has Star Wars on it. This is a pair of kids overalls. Those sold for $400. Real quick, these are all sold items. You're going to see sold here across the picture. You're also going to see, 400 or best offer. Everything that I'm going to be showing you in this video was sold for full price. If there was an offer accepted on it, it would say best offer accepted, but these are all items that have sold for full price, even though the buyer did have the option to be able to make an offer. A good reminder to go ahead and put the best offer on items, and oftentimes they will still sell for full price. This is a private label from Sears. This is called Pilgrim. And this is just a flannel shirt. You will notice on the tag, it also says sanforized. I meant to point that out there. That's just a treatment of the fabric to shrink it beforehand. And that one sold for $300 and almost $80. You're going to see that sanforized on many vintage tags. This is another Sears item, so you're going to see that up at the top as well as the bottom. Premier collection of fashion sportswear. This is another mohair sweater with argyle print, and this one sold for $375. Now, with any of these mohair sweaters that are cardigan style, really good keyword, high profit keyword to use is Kurt Cobain, and you'll see that here in the title. This one is another Hercules blanket lined jacket, denim jacket there. That one sold for $360. This is another mohair cardigan sweater. You're going to see Sears sportswear, and that's what it looks like front and back. That one sold for $350. Some good keywords here of Fair Isle as well as mohair. This is a women's Hawaiian dress, and it says Kona Kai, made in Hawaii for Sears. This is what that dress looks like. And then that one sold for $350. This is another dress. Unfortunately, there's not a good tag shot on that one, but that one sold for $325. This is another one of those Kings Road sportswear. So you're going to see that here as well as Sears there. This is another one of those argyle mohair sweaters. And again, you're seeing Cobain there as one of the keywords. That one sold for $300. This one is a button-up shirt, another Hercules line. So Hercules work clothing, Sears Roebuck & Co. And that's what that looks like. That one sold for $300. Now, I mentioned Kurt Cobain a couple of times. This is one of the high profit keywords inside of my Keywords That Sell style guide. So I'm going to link over here if you want to learn what those other high profit keywords along with 80 plus other keywords to be using to get your listings seen and sold. This is a pair of jeans. Now, I want to point out the wear on these. Like the pocket is tearing away there. These have considerable wear. They have stains here at the back. They've got stains on the front. They've got stains down here at the bottom, and there's not a great tag on this, but they are selvage. So you'll see that with the red line. It just means it's a finished edge. And those sold for $290. There wasn't a good tag picture on that one. This is another private label from Sears called Pilgrim. It does say Sears Roebuck down at the bottom. There are lots of those hoodies selling. That one sold for $265. This is that Pilgrim line again, but this one is a hat. Hats can be a really profitable item to flip. This one had 32 bids on it and went for $257. This is a bomber style jacket. You can see there Sears, but this really kind of sold for the patches, not just because it's an older style of jacket, not necessarily for the brand. That one sold for $250. This is another, it says Sears fashion, and this is a Penny Lane style coat fur, and that one sold for $199, almost $200. This is a Letterman's jacket, and you can make out here on the tag Sears Roebuck & Co. So just be aware there are jackets like this out there. That's what this looks like. It does have Kansas City Chiefs there on the front. That one sold for $200, and that one is a youth size extra large. This is another of the Hercules. So it says Hercules outerwear by Sears, and this is kind of a Filson style jacket. That's what it looks like, and that one sold for almost $200. And then this, a lot of people do look over undergarments. So you can see there on the tag Sears Roebuck, oftentimes they'll have the stamping there for the style number or the size. That's what the front of the tag looks like. And this is like maybe a girdle. That one sold for $195 with one bid. This is another pair of jeans that is really kind of just falling apart. So there's patchwork here on the legs and a huge hole. Let me get to that here in a second. There's a huge hole in the crotch. There's a hole here in the seam at the knee. There's the back end, and then there's the hole in the crotch as well as up here. Not the best condition, but that one sold for $184. Over on Poshmark, a few items to show you. Sears, and then this one is Winnie the Pooh. That one sold for $85 for a little girl's dress. This is that Wear Master brand of boots again. That's what those looks like, and those went for $500. This is called Carriage Court, and here's the tag here that says Sears. You'll also note here that it says made in the USA, and this one is a robe. That's another type of item that a lot of resellers do pass over, but they can be profitable. That one sold for $100. This is another from Hercules. You can see Hercules horsehide. That's what that jacket looks like, $325. Here's a interesting patchwork style jacket. There's the tag there. And then that is what that blazer looks like. Definitely a wide collar. That one went for $89. Says outerwear from Sears. And that's the jacket. That one went for $300. This says the Put On Shop, Sears, Roebuck and Co. This is a plaid kind of colorful jacket. That one went for $100. This is a hickory stripe bib. So that's what those look like. And then you can make out on the button here, Sears, as well as the tag there. Those went for $250. You can even see, some of the stains. Definitely has some stains with it, some flaws. But $250 for, flawed item. This one is the Leather Shop Sears, and this is a sheepskin coat. That's what that looks like. That went for $212. This is another Sears label there. Another plaid jacket. That one went for $165. And this is a coat. There's the label there for you. And then that trench coat went for $150. This is another Sears mohair cardigan sweater. That's what that looks like. That one went for $150. This one is a lingerie set. And this one would have been a really good place to use some keywords. They just had the year and the lingerie set. Probably, maybe people are searching for 60s, but some other good keywords that may have been helpful with this are maybe Victorian, Edwardian, and that one went for $150. Now, if you're wondering what those keywords are to be using with your listings and you want to have them handy as for listing, I do have a poster that makes it easy to type up titles, descriptions in a matter of seconds. I'm going to link to that over here. This is a muumuu, so there's the Sears tag, and then that's what that looks like. That one went for $125. Here's another one. It says 1886 and then Sears, Roebuck and Co. This one is another one of those robes. That one went for $150. This is a set of a top as well as shorts. And this one unfortunately does not have tag photos with it, but that one went for $120. This says Western Outdoor Wear from Sears, and this is a jacket here with that fringe. That one went for $119. This is a Sears pair of cowboy boots, so you can see the marking there on the inside of the boot. That's what those look like. Not the greatest background to contrast with those. You can kind of make out the style. Those went for $179. This is another muumuu. I'm going to zoom in on this. So it says Sears and then Hawaiian Fashions. That's what that looks like. That one went for $118. This is another pair of Sears boots. So you can see that in the bottom of the boots there. That's what they look like on the bottom. So they're pretty good condition, and those sold for $225. This is a suit set. So you can see Sears, Roebuck and Co. And it's actually a 3-piece set that is corduroy. That one went for $109. This is another jacket, Sears, the men's store. And then that's what that jacket looks like. That one went for $250. And here's another, it says Roebucks, genuine Roebucks. Sears, Roebuck & Co., Sanforized. And this shirt is very, very well worn. You can see there's paint, there's holes, there's fraying, there's the other arm that has a huge hole in it. So very well worn. It has a zip top. It's like a pullover style. That one sold for $103. Here's another Hercules, kind of a Filson style jacket. And then that one, that's what that looks like. That went for $100. This is one where the tag is pretty worn off. Leather, one of those leather jackets. That one went for $500 on Poshmark. A cardigan sweater from that mohair, a little bit different style, not an argyle, but that one went for $100. This one says Sears Style Works for Teens, size 38. So I do want to mention that it's really important to include measurements because a lot of vintage measurements don't line up with today's sizing. So this one sold for $100. and for a teenager. This one is not clothing, but I had to include this because there are tons of these selling mushroom canisters as well as anything else that has mushrooms on it from Sears. There's tablecloths, there's cookie jars, there's spice cabinets, all sorts of things. There's curtains, and these this canister set is easily selling for 200, 250, 3, 4, $500. This one went for $500. So I just wanted to throw that out there because it's definitely a unique item and it's definitely a big bolo. This one is a nightgown. You'll see here on the tag Sears Roebuck. So they're not always going to just in big letters say Sears. There are lines, and then you may see Sears somewhere else on the tag. That's what that one looks like. That went for $90. This is another one of those Kings Road tags, and that's that Argyle mohair sweater. That one went for $300. Real quick, I do want to mention my membership, the Empowered Reseller. If you're looking for accountability and additional support, this is where it's at. This is where I'm able to personally answer questions, interact with you, even be able to do things like store reviews, account reviews, listing reviews, and it comes with an entire huge course vault as well as a supportive community, and I'd love to be able to welcome you into the community soon. This next brand that we're going to be looking at, or department store, more of a big box store really, is Kmart. And there are some really interesting items selling with this one. You're going to see Kmart on almost all of these. They do have a few private labels where you really need to know that that label was a Kmart label, a private label. This is a jacket that you're looking at here, and that one went for $150. That is a leather jacket. This is a pair of running shorts. So you can see Kmart there on the tag. That's what those shorts look like, and those went for $48. This one says Down Designs and then made for Kmart Corporation. And this one, that is what that looks like. It's a quilted vest, and that sold for $100. This is a button-up shirt. You can see Kmart there, disco style with that big collar, and they did use that there in their keywords. That one sold for $80. This is a sweatshirt. This has some heavy wear to it. You can see that there's a rip there. You can see Kmart there on the tag, but it's got a ton of fading. It's got sun fading. It's got stains. It's got, holes in it. There's the hole at the back of the neck. It's got some wear there at the cuffs. That one went for $50 even in that condition. Now, one of the interesting things that's selling with these Kmart items are some printed shirts, and a lot of them do have beer labels on them. Not all of them do. I'm going to show you some other ones that don't, but this one is one of the example from that. And you can see Kmart there on the tag. That's what that looks like. And then that one sold for $75. This is a faux leather, like AKA vinyl jacket. So you see Kmart there, made in Taiwan. That's what that jacket looks like. And then that one sold for $60 and it wasn't even leather. This is another one of those printed shirts. This one does not happen to have beer on it. So this is an example of that where it's more of a patriotic. You can see 1776, the Liberty Bell, the Eagle, and then that's what that shirt looks like. Short sleeve shirt. That one went for $76. Kmart trucker's hat. That one went for $80. Pair of shoes. You're going to see a few of these shoes, and Kmart made these shoes under several different lines. This one, unfortunately, doesn't have a good picture of what the brand label is, but you can see on the inside, they're definitely an older way to manufacture items. They look older on the inside, and they really were trying to make a shoe that was in competition with Converse, but these are still selling really well for a pretty good price, considering that they're not Converse. You're going to see Converse style. Those sold for $70. Now, these are some items that are brand new, and I do have a few items, as I mentioned earlier in this video, to be able to show you that are new in the package. These are tube socks, and there's lots of these selling. This isn't the only one. There's tube socks selling on eBay as well as Poshmark, and I'm sure on other platforms as well. Those sold for $55. This is a set of granny panties, set of 3. Those sold for $100. Here's another one of their private label lines. It's called Pro Stripers, and they're made again to look like Converse or maybe Adidas with the 3 stripes. That one sold for $50 for that. Here's another one of those beer shirts. This is Miller High Life. There's what that looks like. And that one went for $125. Over on Poshmark, this is a jacket. You see Kmart there. That's what that jacket looks like. Plaid. That one went for $100. This is another print shirt that is not beer, but it has ships in bottles, and that's what that looks like. That went for $49. Here's another plaid shirt jacket. That one went for $70. Another set that's new with tags. The tag does say Jill St. John on it, and that one sold for $49. So these can be things that are really easy for resellers to miss, to pass over, and you don't even know like these types of items, can sell for $50 to $100. This is another one of those beer short sleeve shirts. There's the tag there. That's what the shirt looks like. That one went for $70 on Poshmark. If you're looking to dive into the vintage niche, it is one of the most profitable niches out there. I do have a guide where I go in depth, 150 different brands and items to be on the lookout for when it comes to vintage clothing. I will link to that over here. This is another pair of shoes. And this is from a line that was called Tracks. And this is another private label from the Sears brand. That's what those look like. Those went for $65 on Poshmark. And then this is a sweater. So zoom in on the tag a little bit there. But a lot of these tags do look very similar. This one went for $65. Here's another beer shirt, PBR. And that's what that looks like. That one went for $65. This is a pair of pants that are high rise with a button fly. So you can see all those buttons there. Those went for $64. This is another bear shirt, Budweiser. That one went for $58. This is a kid's snowsuit size 2T. There's the tag. And that's what that looks like. That one went for $75. Here's another one of those running shorts. This one sold for $49 on Poshmark. Another plaid shirt jacket. That one went for $99. And some of those socks went for $46. This next department store that we're going to be looking at is Penney, and this is a denim shirt. And what you're looking at, I believe, is possibly a union stamp there. That's what that looks like on the outside. It says Pennies, Payday. See if I can zoom in on that. It does say union made and stand for I. So that does corroborate that that is a union stamp. There's what that looks like. And then that one sold for $800. This is one where it says Sterling Outdoor Clothing made solely for Penney Company. So you're going to see several lines like that where they're made exclusively for pennies. And that's a lace up. And that one sold for $300 with 2 bids on it. This is another one that's pretty common to come across called Penny's Big Mac. And there's what that jacket looks like. They do make other items like flannel shirts, but this one has 17 bids on it and ended up going for $192. If you're looking to get your reselling business launched quickly and bringing in sales fast, I have you covered in the Ultimate Reseller Starter Kit. It has everything you need to get up and running. I'm going to link to that over here. This is a little kid's sweatshirt. You're going to see JCPenney's down here at the bottom of that tag. Universal City Studios. This is Land Before Time. That's that sweatshirt, and that one went for $175 for a size 3T. This is that Big Mac again. With a lot of these pennies tags, I do want to point out you're going to see MW or MG or some other letters at the top. That actually has to do if it's machine washable or machine washable gentle. That would be MG. So if you see that on a tag, that is what that is. This is a button-up plaid shirt. That one went for $143. This is a suit set. Unfortunately, there's not a tag picture with this one, but that one went for $125. And just like those other brands that we saw, if you come across anything that has the tags still on it, so this was a set of underwear, those went for $127 with 42 bids on it, new with the tags. This is a set, Western style, and that's what that looks like. JCPenney Western Apparel is that label there. And that one went for $128. This is another common pennies line that you're going to see called Town Craft. And with this one, this is a set of pants and jacket. That one went for $108. Here's another Towncraft item. So you can see Towncraft and then J.C. Penney's and then Machine Hot is that MH that you're seeing there. And this is a pretty well-worn t-shirt. There's a stain there. You can't quite make out what that even says across the top, but it does say Cross Country Championship 1973, Spokane, Washington. And then that one sold for $120. Now there's lots of these pant sets selling, or one-piece jumpsuits, I should say. That one sold for $100. There wasn't a tag with that one, but there's lots of that style. So if you come across that, even if it's a Kmart or one of those other ones that we looked at, there is a market for these types of items. This is a denim shirt. So you see there that MW machine wash warm, and that has some embroidery on the outside of it. Definitely a unique item. And this one, the price disappeared on me. I don't know why eBay does that sometimes, but that one sold for $58. This is a hat that says Marathon Hat, sold exclusively by J.C. Penney. You can see that there's some staining there on the inside. There's wear on the outside, as well as there around the brim. That one sold for $95. This is a pair of boots. You can see the J.C. Penney stamp there on the inside, and then those sold for $68. This is a beautiful dress. It does say made in the USA. It has some really nice detailing on it with a bow there on the back, ruffle sleeves, drop waist. That one went for $75. This is JCPenney fashion, and this is a dress that is kind of has a Gunny Sacks look to it. That one, and this one I lost the price on also, but I did pull it up here, and that sold for $67 on auction. This is a ski jacket. So you're going to see there on the tag, it says JCPenney ski apparel, and that's what that looks like. That one went for $60. This is another one from the Towncraft line. So it says Towncraft Plus and then JCPenney, and that's a sweater vest. That one sold for $58. Over on Poshmark, this is what is called Penny's Foremost. So you can just barely make that out on the tag there. There's a denim jacket. That one went for $375. This is a Hawaiian dress. So you can see Penny's Hawaii. That's what that dress looks like. That one sold for $260. This is a beautiful dress, ILGWU. These tags are getting more and more hard to find. It's a union label. And this is the dress here, floral, that again, that drop waist. It's got some bow detailing on the back as well as puff sleeves. And that one sold for $154. It is new with the tag, so I do want to point that out. Now, if you're looking for items that sell fast, I'm going to link over here to my fastest selling brands guide. I've compiled all of the brands with the top sell-through rate there. This is a ski suit, so you're going to see MG for machine wash gentle, JCPenney's there, and that's what that suit looks like. That one sold for $150. This is a beautiful dress and some really good keywords with this Regency core as well as fairy tale. And there's the tag there. That's what the dress looks like. That one went for $130. Now, I wanted to throw this one in here as well. This isn't a clothing item, but oftentimes if you're sourcing at the bins, all of the textiles are going to be together. And so you oftentimes come across things like comforters. So this is from JCPenney Home Collection. This is what it looks like. It's just a floral comforter. And then that one sold for $122. This is another new with tags item. And there's the tag there for, you can see $34, obviously an older price. And then that one's now selling for $99. This is another new with tags item that is vintage from the 70s. There's the JCPenney's tag there. There's what those jeans look like, and then those sold for $95. This is another dress with that ILGWU union tag. You can see JCPenney's there across that label. And then that's what that dress looks like. That one sold for $95. Some really nice lace detailing with that one. This is JCPenney's Snowmobile Apparel. This is a snowsuit. That one went for $90. This is that Foremost line again, for Foremost hunting clothing. And you can see Penny's there. And this is a jacket that looks very similar to Filson, Mac Mackinac. This one sold for $90. This one says Fashion Manor J.C. Penney's. This is actually a Star Wars curtain. Again, another textile that's not clothes, but you may come across these other types of textiles, especially if you're sourcing at places like the bins, aka Goodwill outlets. This is a pair of boys' pants, so they're a size 12 husky. You can see the tag there, and they do have patches on them. Here in the description, it says they were my father's pants when he was a kid. My grandma patched them as shown in pictures. Very cool vintage pants. Those sold for $75. This is J.C. Penney's fashion. This is another dress. Again, some really good keywords that they used in here, like whimsical, prairie, and coquette. That one sold for $75. This is one that is has a Olympics label on it. It says J.C. Penney is the exclusive retailer of USA Olympic brand apparel, and they were the exclusive retailer from 1988 to 1992. So that can help you identify the age of the item if you do come across this tag. And this is a track suit set. That one went for $68. Now, this is another one that I find a lot of resellers pass over. This is just a pair of pantyhose, like one package, new in the package, and then that one sold for $68. Love to know if you've come across any department store items like this, what they were. Drop it in the comments and let us know. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for today's video. If you found it helpful, give it a thumbs up, as well as consider subscribing to the channel. And if you haven't yet signed up for that free $100,000 reseller challenge, you're going to want to do that now. $100,000 is possible for you this year, even if you have just a little bit of time. And I show you exactly how in the challenge. Again, thanks so much for hanging out with me, and I will catch you in the next video soon.